Hello YouTube and welcome to another video review. In this case we are going to compare the Zuiko 50mm 1.4 using the Speedbooster against the 35mm 1.4 for the Fuji system. These two lenses should give us roughly the same field of view of 50mm, with the Speedbooster being a step faster in light due to the construction of the adapter. So it will be very interesting to see the final results of the two lenses. I'm going to also include the normal adapter. This is going to give us roughly 80mm, so you can see the differences. One thing that I would like to notice that I discovered while using the Speedbooster during this week was that if you can see here on the reflection of the lights, you will see multiple lights, and I think that's due to the other glass that we have here in the Speedbooster that also can grab reflections. And what I noticed is that when you are shooting with the Speedbooster, and if you have front lights, you might get some glare into the picture. I noticed that. I haven't noticed that with a normal adapter, so that's something that you should be aware of. I'm going to try to take a few samples so you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be uploading all these full images to my Flickr account, so you can download it and do whatever you want with the files. So let's start with this. Okay, so let's continue with the review. Here are the sample pictures that I took. Some are indoors and the other ones are outdoors to compare them. So let's start by comparing the 35mm from Fuji with the 50mm Zuiko and the Speedbooster. So let's see. So in the left hand side we have the Fuji 35mm shot at 1.4, and on the right hand side we have the Speedbooster with the Zuiko 50mm. So as you can see, the field of view is almost the same. So you have that benefit with the Speedbooster, which is great. So let's compare the center of the image, and let's compare this. Let's go 1:1, and as you can see, the resolution and the sharpness of the Fuji, it's great. And comparing it with the Zuiko, you can see that it's very soft, wide open. I took the pictures on a tripod and I used the focus assist to manually focus each of these lenses. So I was doing a fairly it was on the same spot on the eyes of this little bird. So as you can see, the center of the image is quite soft on the Zuiko compared to with the Fuji. And as you can see, the Zuiko and the Speedbooster has a little bit of vignetting on the corners compared with the 35. Let's take so number 2. It's because of the Speedbooster doesn't take the F numbers, but you can see that in this one it was shot at f2. So again, comparing, it's a little bit sharper. This is at f2.8, 4, 5.6, and here we can see that the Zuiko is becoming quite a little bit sharper comparing with the other one. But the Fuji, it's at 1.4 and it's already the same sharpness as the Zuiko at 5.6. And what you can see here is that the vignetting went away when we stopped down the lens. So let me go back and you can see how the corners are getting darker at 1.4. The other thing to notice is that the difference on speeds. I took the pictures with the ISO fixed at 200 using the Velvia simulation. This is just Velvia out of the camera. You can see the difference on the speed, because the speed booster it can gather more light. So let's compare, for example, a shot taken at f. So this is 1.4 to f2, f2.8, f4. Let's compare the 1.4 to 2.0 and this one. Okay, so these two. So both lenses at f4.6. As you can see, both of them are quite sharp, but the Fuji it's a lot of sharper. You can see all the details on this little bird made of all the colors. Around the edges of the photo, you can see that the Fuji it's more sharper around the edges compared with the Zuiko. Okay, so I'm going to upload all these files to my Flickr account so you can compare the rest of the files. This is just a quick comparison so you can have a look of the results. Let me show you the comparison with the simple adapter. So this is the first one taken at f1.6, and the first one from the Speedbooster will be this one. So comparing the two scenes, you can see the 50mm on the right with the Speedbooster, and this is with the Zuiko and no Speedbooster, just a simple adapter. And as you can see that the field of view it's around 80mm on the left hand side. So this is the benefit of the Speedbooster. You can get wider or use the true field of view of the lens. Getting in one-on-one, they look around the same. There's no loss in sharpness with the Speedbooster. This seems sharper, but it might be due to the 80mm field of view. It's closer, so you can see more details. Let's compare the same but shot at f5.6. So this is 1.4, f2, f2.8, f4, f5.6, this one and this one. And as you can see again, at 5.6 the Zuiko it's very sharp, at least on the center of the image. And if we take a quick look at around the edges, it's almost the same sharpness. Okay, so these test shots were made indoors, so let's take a look at the pictures outdoors to compare the kind of bokeh that you can get with the Zuiko compared with the 35mm. So the first shot is from the 35mm, and this one is with the Zuiko and the Speedbooster. Let's compare them. As again, the same field of view thanks to the Speedbooster. Let's go one-on-one, and as you can see, there's no battle here. The 35mm from Fuji, it's a king on sharpness. The Zuiko it's very soft at 1.4. Let's go back. You can see the out of focus areas. I think I prefer the Zuiko rendering. As you can see here, the Fuji can be the bokeh balls are more like onion shape, where the Zuiko are more round, but nothing beats the sharpness of the 35mm from Fuji. Okay, so let's compare another file at, for example, 2.8. And this one. So as you can see, even at 2.8, the Zuiko rendering of the out of focus areas, it's softer, and I much prefer the Zuiko over the Fuji. And as you can see, the difference on speed, 148, and the other one is 1/280. So the Speedbooster, it's quite a bit faster due to its contraction. So going 1:1, again the Fuji very sharp on the left, and the Zuiko on the right. It's not that sharper, but it's a good result. I think that we are going 1:1 here, so it's very close. And going to the out of focus areas, you can see that the Zuiko out of areas rendering are more soft and less distracting than the Fuji. Okay, and finally let's compare the Zuiko without the Speedbooster. Let's compare at 2.8 again. And on the left you will see the Zuiko without the Speedbooster. Again, a little bit closer due to the 50mm plus the crop factor. I'm going 1:1. The sharpness seems to be almost the same. There's not much lost in sharpness when using the Speedbooster. And the out of focus areas are not modified due to the Speedbooster. The Speedbooster doesn't modify anything about the bokeh or bokeh. So I'm going to be sharing again the files on my Flickr account. Make sure to take a look at the description of the video. You will see the link there. If you want me to do any other kind of comparison or test, just let me know. Next week I'm going to do test of the same kind of test, but with the Zuiko 135mm f2.8. I'm also going to be uploading sample files and my personal files to my Flickr account using the Speedbooster during this week. So check it out. You may find more samples in there. Thank you very much, and see you next time.